Hello friends, welcome back. My name's Ramon. How are you today? In today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of something new, a little something different. I'm going to be doing a few videos testing out a couple different Japanese sunscreens. These are sunscreens that there's been a little bit of hype of here online. I've seen people like Dr. Dre talking about these, and these are just different formulations from the standard Korean ones that I test out. Japanese, Korean sunscreens, they kind of live in a similar sphere, but they are in themselves a little bit different. I find that each different country kind of focuses on different factors when it comes to sunscreen formulations, but I talk a lot about Korean sunscreens. We're going to be talking about Japanese sunscreens now. Before I get into today's video, I'm going to ask that you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you know when I post more sunscreen content, because that's kind of all I do. Down below, have you tried any of these Japanese sunscreens? I know we've had a few conversations in the comments about different Japanese sunscreens because you guys tend to like those a little bit more, or you have opinions on them, but have you tried this one specifically or others that you really like? And yeah, let's get into it. Today we're going to be testing the Hada Labo Koi-Gokujyun UV White Gel SPF 50 plus PA+++++, 4 pluses. This is a Japanese sunscreen. As you know, I do regularly use Hada Labo products in my skincare routine, so I was really hyped to try this. I got this on YesStyle. Side note, the Japanese sunscreens I'm going to be testing, they've mainly come from YesStyle. If you haven't noticed in the description box, I've been putting YesStyle codes. You do get % off if you use them. I don't get much commission if you use them. That being said, I'm not monetized. I barely have 1,000 subscribers. I'm not even halfway through the threshold to monetize my channel based on viewership alone. So this is just a way for me to like make some money off this content. Buying sunscreens like this costs money. So if you do use them, I do get a small commission that helps me just buy more sunscreens and that kind of stuff. But side note, I've been considering potentially starting like a Patreon or something to kind of boost a little bit of channel income to like keep buying more sunscreens, since there's just been a lot of requests for, can you test this sunscreen? Can you try this sunscreen out? Please test this sunscreen out and review it. Would you be down for Patreon content? And if so, what kind of content would you want to see more exclusively via Patreon? Let me know down below. But yes, got this off YesStyle. Got this within 5 days of shipping. So I got this for $17.81. You can find it for varying prices online. With discount code, it will go down a little bit. Also, if you install Wikibuy or Rakuten in your browser as a plugin, it'll prompt you to like potentially get more % off. The thing with this is you get 90 grams compared to the standard UV filters I'm usually testing on my channel, which are like 50 grams. You get considerably more product for actually a really decent amount of price, plus better formulation, which we'll get into in a second. For all the Japanese sunscreens I'm going to be testing for this little mini series, I'm going to be prepping my skin using the Hada Labo toners as a hydrator, as well as this is a Naturi skin conditioning gel. This I buy in Seattle whenever I go back at a store called Uwajimaya, and it's just similar to the Hada Labo toners, just super humectant rich, really hydrating, lightweight gel cream moisturizer. As you can see, it just sinks into your skin. It's super lightweight. I love this for the summer. Similar to like Neutrogena Hydra Boost, just because it sinks into the skin. It's super lightweight. It's not heavy. I just can't readily get this here in Chicago yet, so if you can, check it out. But those are just gonna sit as lightweight bases underneath these sunscreens. If you've watched any of my regular sunscreen content when I test my mineral sunscreen, you know that I test my 4 Bs: beard, beading, beads, and brown skin friendly. These Japanese sunscreens are predominantly all chemical filters. On top of that, they're more of the innovative, more technologically advanced chemical filters. Therefore, I'm going to be testing out different concepts. I know these are going to be brown skin friendly for the most part. If not, you'll see it on screen. Because of the different formulations that I know are going to be more universally acceptable and applicable, I'm focusing on different things when it comes to these sunscreens. And those are going to be my 5 Fs. For those, we're testing out the feel, the finish, the filters, the formulation, and the foundation wear of these sunscreens. That means, how does it feel on the skin? Is it going to be more lightweight, more heavy, more nourishing, more gel-like? Finish, is it going to be more radiant, more dewy, more matte? Formulation-wise, what are the key focuses in these formulations, since they can do a lot more, in my opinion, to really enhance the sunscreen experience? What filters are they using? Because again, these are Japanese sunscreens. They got a lot more technology available to them for UV filters, and how do those work? And finally, foundation wear. I know for a fact these are going to sit lightweight on the skin. I know these are going to be amazing primers for foundation. So overall, how's makeup going to go onto it, and how's makeup going to last on top of it? So if we're getting into the application of it, let's talk about the filters and the formulation. Going off the claims, this is going to be a super lightweight, super moisturizing formulation. You can see it goes on very sheer. It actually rubs in pretty easily. The main claim for the sunscreen, it's going to be a really moisturizing sunscreen with anti-aging benefits, and it's going to be a great base for makeup. Formulation wise, it's going to focus on one of the hydrating ingredients you see a lot in like the Hada Labo toners, which are like butylene glycol, pentylene glycol, sodium hyaluronate, hyaluronic acid, which they called hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid. And it's all going to be in a water base that also has alcohol. The alcohol is going to serve as basically a volatile agent to help this set a lot quicker. It's going to evaporate out so that the sunscreen sets a lot more evenly and quickly. So it's going to be a lot more beneficial for really oily skin. All the other humectant benefits combined with the alcohol is also going to make this appropriate for more dry skin types. I just recommend moisturize a little bit more underneath, but that alcohol is not intended to dry out your skin. It's just intended to let the base set quicker. It also features a vitamin C derivative called magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, which is a derivative that's going to be a lot more photostable stable than ascorbic acid, but the benefits that they've found with this, because again, ascorbic acid is the most tested, most well-researched of the vitamin C's. The derivatives don't necessarily have that much research showcasing their benefits, but the magnesium ascorbyl phosphate has more benefits in terms of brightening and has kind of been proven to have some collagen synthesis in vitro testing, but it doesn't necessarily have the same antioxidant benefits that ascorbic acid does, so keep that in mind. And then filters. So filters, again, Japanese sunscreen, advanced. So the filters in this one include octinoxate, and octinoxate is one of the US approved filters. It's a kind of photo unstable UVB filter, but it's paired with a filter called polysilicon 15, which is a more stable UVB filter, so it's going to really bump up that UVB coverage. Tinosorb S, which is a very highly stable, highly broad spectrum filter, so it's going to really bump up and stabilize the UVB protection, as well as giving you a really broad UVA protection. Tinosorb S is one of those non-US approved filters that's really used to give you that broad spectrum protection, but also help to stabilize the unstable filters in a sunscreen formulation. Uvinol A+, another really highly stable, highly effective UVA filter. It's going to really amp up and give you more stable, more high efficacy UVA protection. And then it also has titanium dioxide, and it doesn't necessarily, these formulations don't necessarily have to give you the percentages of these filters, and it doesn't necessarily tout being like a combination sunscreen, but the titanium dioxide in itself kind of has semi-broad spectrum protection, but it's not really that good. Generally, when you find it in formulations, it's just there to like really fortify zinc oxide's protection. But what I'm interested in seeing with the wear of this is if that titanium dioxide is going to have any opacity on the face, because titanium dioxide has more opacity in terms of that white cast than zinc oxide does, as well as how is it going to wear it in facial hair, because the minute I see any of those mineral filters, I know it gets weird with like facial hair. So with that, let's put it on. So having discussed the formulation and the filters, I'm going to apply it to makeup. And with these tests specifically, I'm going to be doing a reapplication of the sunscreen lotions over makeup in a couple hours, so you can see how it affects makeup wear with reapplication. Then we'll discuss the feel, the finish, how foundation wore on top of it, and what my final thoughts are on these sunscreens. So we're back. Overall thoughts on the Hada Labo UV White Gel, SPF 50 PA++++++. The feel of this, it's just like a gel cream texture. I get like Tatcha water cream vibes. I get just like a really hydrating moisturizer gel texture vibe. The finish of it is it sets down really, really quickly into a very lightweight finish. Do I feel moisturized? Extremely. Does it feel heavy though? No. And this is one of those situations where I'm like, the texture of this is just a hair better than the Peritos in my opinion. My boyfriend tried this and he was like, oh, I think this is like the girl for the sunscreens. It set down, I felt moisturized, it didn't feel heavy. The layer of makeup I put on top of it went on top flawlessly, beautifully. It set down so quickly that it didn't have any real wait time for it to set, but it didn't leave me like feeling like very heavy on the skin. That makes sense? Post reapplication, as you saw, I blotted first before going into reapply, and then using my little cushion BB puff that I bought this one at Daiso. I went in with a generous amount, out of a 1/4 teaspoon, which you can, but I went minimal for the reapp, and just pressed it in. The key with reapplication is you like pat it in, you don't swipe because you will move the product underneath it, but I will be honest and say, did I lose a little bit of coverage? Yes. Do I look bomb still? Yes. Overall, the 5 Fs: feel, lightweight, hydrating gel moisturizer. Finish, left your skin looking moisturized and dewy and supple, but it didn't sit too heavy, didn't leave you too shiny and too radiant. Filters on this, great UV filters, amazing UV filters. Like, that is why Korean, Japanese sunscreens, European sunscreens are eons better than American sunscreens. The formulation of this, those amazing filters are in a really amazing hydrating, humectant rich formulation, water-based formulation. It does have alcohol in it, but that is just an agent to help the UV filters kind of set into the formula, but also it's a volatile ingredient that just evaporates out and allows the sunscreen to set more quickly. So that's a very common ingredient in Japanese sunscreens. If you see alcohol, look for what else is in the ingredient list. And this, as I mentioned, rich humectants. It has really great formulation that's going to keep your skin moisturized, so that alcohol is not going to do damage. It has that vitamin C derivative, which I'm just like, it's there, but that's not what I'm looking for in this, but it's there if you're looking for that. But overall, great formulation. The foundation wear, not affected. Loved how it sat, loved how it looked. It didn't get greasy in an hour or two. It was the foundation wore as a foundation wore. In terms of the wear and the overall reapplication and everything, the titanium dioxide, as you noticed, had no adverse effects. There was no white cast, no weird facial hair situation. So I'm not entirely sure what the whole purpose of that is in the formulation, but it's there, but you don't notice it, so also a plus. So overall, definitely 10 out of 10, Ramon recommended. Love the sunscreen. My boyfriend loves the sunscreen, so we're going to be using this again and again and again. That being said, I am testing some more, so keep posted on that. And with that being said, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when I test other Japanese sunscreens and any other sunscreen and everything else I test on this channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this sunscreen and like this review. Considering that these are a little bit more different than the mineral sunscreen reviews, down in the comments below, is there anything else specifically you want to see with these Japanese and Korean chemical sunscreen reviews? Anything specifically you want me to test out? Have you tried the sunscreen before? Do you like it? Let me know. And as I mentioned again in the beginning of the video, I bought this off YesStyle, which I do have an affiliate code with. I get a really small commission off that. And same thing with iHerb, and I do have Amazon affiliate links in some of my videos. My videos aren't monetized yet, so this is kind of a way for me to get any kind of income stream because buying these sunscreens is expensive. Again, you're in no way obligated to use those codes if you're not comfortable doing so. But would you be interested in some sort of Patreon situation? If so, what kind of content would you want to see exclusively through that? Let me know down below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good day.